Alright, welcome back everybody. I had to stop filming and redo it because the little puppy was coming over here playing with me. But anyways, in today's video we're going to hit on drilling. But before we hit into that, we're going to talk about this comment that a subscriber friend named Dave posted, where he was asking about the back foot, because I was real firm in talking about how the feet are straight. And he said you never see that in any Xing-I people. All the Xing-I people will have their feet, the front foot might be forward, but the back foot's at the oblique. And number one, you can't put power into it when the foot is at the oblique like that, all right? If I'm hitting, I'm not putting enough juice into it. If I start here and I pop that, yeah, I can get it, all right? I got that power now, all right? So I've got to be able to put the hip into the power for it to even be powerful, number one. Number two, when I'm here, I'm not getting that much rotation, all right? I need to be straight in order to get that full rotation to put shoulder behind shoulder, all right? And another thing teacher talked about was if your feet are not straight, your energy can't flow properly. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but it makes sense, because when you see people walking like that, usually they have poor health, all right? So keep all that in mind, all right, and discover for yourself. Try it for yourself. Try to punch and see how much juice you have, whether you have that foot straight, that back foot straight, or the foot is to the side. Another thing, talking about when we get into this drilling, a lot of you might look at the what do you call it, the picture that's, you know, for the video, and I have Grandmaster Chang in the video, and he's standing like this, all right? Well, he's more square, all right? And you might be wondering, why is he square? Why is the shoulder square? I don't know what was happening in that photo. You'll notice a couple of things, though. His back foot is perfectly straight. It's dead on. The strike is straight. Everything looks good. He's here. But his front foot is turned out, all right? So was he about to go here? I don't know what he was doing, but you notice that back foot is perfectly straight. The arm is out good. It's just he's square at the top, but what was he doing? I don't know. All right, so let's get into drilling. You see people doing drilling and they're like doing uppercuts. It's just sickening, all right? If I'm doing drilling, number one, what does that imply? All right, the Chinese are very specific on what you're doing. If you're doing reach up and pull down, that's exactly what you're doing. You're reaching up, pulling down, all right? So if I'm doing a drilling punch, and the punch is called drilling, that implies it's a spiraling technique. It's a spiraling punch, all right? And you need to have that spiraling energy. All right, so a couple of things teacher was big on was, number one, crossing that center line, all right? That the strike should come out here. It's straight on. It's head on, straight into your face, okay? Or throat area, whatever. I mean, what I mean by in your face is it's head on, all right? It's not coming off at the obliques. It's not coming around or anything else. It's coming straight on, all right? So we want to, if I'm here, which you'll see I'm never here, all right? This is just foolishness. If you're going to fight, this is just stupid. Number one, you'll see fighters get knocked out that might throw a punch and their hand drops slightly and they get caught, all right? So keep your hands up. That's just, unless I've got a spear or a rifle in my hand, why else? Why would I be here, all right? And those of you that know about Xing Yi know that that's where it evolved from, spears, and then bayonets on the end of rifles. All right, so when we're here, I want to step in and I'm here. I want shoulder behind shoulder, because when I'm square, there's nothing behind it. All right, I didn't put any waist rotation into it. I'm lacking power. All right, keep that in mind, you guys. So it's here. It's here. This is what's going to bring you the power, okay? Keeping the feet straight, rotating the waist, getting shoulder behind shoulder, that's where you're going to develop the power, all right? The exhale, just like I talked about on Tuesday, is from the waist. I mean, it's from the diaphragm. It's not from yelling kia, haya, whatever, all right? So keep that in mind, all right? Here, here. All right, you'll see a lot of times in Xing Yi where they will be here and then they will step forward, all right? You can hit both with both here or with it here, all right? It doesn't matter. What matters is getting inside the guy, getting elbow deep. That was another thing teacher was big on. When you hit, you want to go elbow deep. So if this is my imaginary target, I want to be elbow deep into this. I don't want to, here's my imaginary target, catch at the end of my strike. I want to catch elbow deep. I want to go through this guy. In Bagua, we talk about and we focus on getting to the spine of the person, all right? So everything's to the spine. Teacher, everything was elbow deep when it comes to Xing Yi, all right? So drilling, basically, it's here. It's that spiraling action. It doesn't, teacher was also stressing that you go to the chin, all right? And in the beginning, it's important to probably do that because you want to develop that habit, all right? But after you've got Xing Yi down and you're doing it, all right, just to get that spiral and strike. Teacher was also real big, and let me stress this, is he didn't want your punch to be here. He wanted your punch to be here with the pinky up, all right? And this was the brilliance of teacher. Teacher would have you overemphasize something because he knows when you're fighting or you have to defend yourself that you're going to get sloppier, all right? So now it'll be straight, all right? But if you practice here, now it'll be here. If you practice here, it's going to be here. So he would overemphasize that. It also will stretch out the muscles. It will. When I first started doing Xing Yi, I was constantly in pain in this part of my forearms because they were getting used like I've never used before, all right? I just want to go over without, I mean, if you're in an apartment, if you don't have much room, you can't get outside. Here's a good little drill, is just to use that shifting. And I mean, there's probably a video on shifting, or it was unlisted maybe, I don't know. But basically it's shifting the weight back and forth. But I want to practice just going here, getting that spiral. And getting that breath, the strike, and the movement all to become one. Once I'm good with that, to move is here. And just bringing up that rear foot, all right? I'm just bringing it, driving it in, all right? You notice that I will constantly keep my hands up when the other punch is striking. I don't go here, which I want to say this, if Xing Yi people are doing that, it's not a problem, okay? Maybe I'm grabbing and I'm pulling the person into me, okay? So my hand is dropped down now. Maybe I caught the punch and I'm pulling his arm downward as I strike. That's all fine and dandy, if that's what you're doing, all right? Be mindful of what you're doing. A lot of times when I'm practicing drilling, I might grab here and bring it down to the waist, okay? Like that. All right, I might do that, but then I'll go here one time. Now here. Now here. All right? But I'm doing what I want to do on purpose, not because I was taught something and I'm just doing it out of habit. And those habits will get you killed in a street fight, you guys. So keep all of that in mind. All right, one last point on drilling. A good friend, student of mine, Will, shout out to Will, sent me a video of a lady describing Tai Chi sword. And she spoke of the sword being the screwdriver, but it's that motion that's making the screwdriver work. All right? I want to take this a little bit further too. In Bagua, we learn not to just turn the wrist. It's turning the shoulder first, then turning the elbow, and then finally the wrist. All right? You'll notice that the wrist will move just by rotating the shoulder. All right? It'll also move just by rotating the elbow, and then finally the wrist. All right? So when I get in there, this is what you want to do for drilling, all right? This is drilling. This is not drilling. This is not drilling by any means. That's why you never see these Xing Yi people with any power or anything else. And this is like my 8th or 9th time trying to film this video, so I want to close it here because I know it's getting long. But I hope you guys get the point. And after we finish these strikes, we will be going over some drills for it, all right? All right, you guys, remember to like, subscribe, share the videos. Don't hold it in for yourself. And check out the merch. Get something. And if you're not subscribed, I know there's a link, you know, a little subscribe button somewhere. Subscribe, all right? So that way you get notifications. And check and see if you're not getting notifications. Resubscribe, all right? Peace be with you. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. They're they are sickly, they're everything else, and I don't know who that is, but a cool little dog, cool little puppy. But that's happens when you film outside. So when the foot is not straight, the second part of that is you can't pop the hip. The hip can't get involved, all right? And I better stop filming for a minute. Hey, you.